All right, so to start off chapter 2 today, we're going to go a little warm up here of some concepts that we've learned before. So this is all stuff from chapter 1 that we're going to use today when we start chapter 2. So they give us this parabola, this is going to be a U-shaped graph. We can actually sketch this because we know everything about this. Like we know what all these different parts do. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little sketch, and then we're going to use it to help us kind of answer questions. So first off, I like to start with the vertex. So I know that this means it shifted right 3 and up 2. So right 3, up 2, right 3, up 2. There's my vertex. Now from there, I know that it's going to be inverted. So it's going to be a downward facing U because of the negative. It's also going to be half as wide. So it's going to be not your normal U-shaped graph, but it's going to be compressed by a factor of a half. I don't care a ton about exactly where those coordinates are, so I'm just going to kind of sketch it in there. Because if you notice, everything it asks here doesn't really need other points. It just needs vertex, min, max, etc. So now let's see if we can answer these questions. So the vertex, what's the coordinate of the vertex? Well, remember it was right 3 and up 2. So this coordinate is 3, 2. And then when they ask the question of is it a minimum or maximum, they're asking basically, is your vertex, is it a minimum or maximum point? And since our graph opens downward, this would be considered a maximum. And then you usually include at what value that is. So the maximum, the highest value this ever reaches is at 2. Okay. If your graph is a U shape, that goes the other way, in that case, you'd have a minimum and you'd say whatever Y value that's at. Axis symmetry, that's the line that splits it down the middle. If you remember that from chapter 1. And that's always going to be X equals whatever this X value is. It's a vertical line through 3. So X equals 3. All X equals lines are vertical lines. So if you said X equals -4, it'd be a vertical line through -4. So if you ever needed that, that's how you do it. And then lastly, domain and range. Domain on these is pretty easy because this graph goes left and right forever. And unless the problem's got some kind of story or conditions to it, that's pretty much always going to be the case. So you're always just going to say from negative to positive infinity. Your range, on the other hand, is going to vary on where this vertex is located. So our highest point is 2. Our lowest point, as you can tell, this goes down to negative infinity. So we'd say it's from negative infinity up to 2. And it does include 2, so use a bracket on that. So again, review of all concepts that we saw back in chapter 1. And we're going to, since chapter 2 is entirely about quadratics, it's about all x squared functions, all this stuff's going to be important.